Okay, this problem is dealing with the subtraction of two rational expressions. Really, you should have parentheses around the terms in the numerator and the terms in the denominator to make it clear what terms are in the numerator and what terms in the denominator when you use forward slashes. When you use horizontal lines to separate the numerator and denominator, you don't need all those parentheses because this is actually a grouping symbol. It actually has a name. It's called a vinculum. But anyway, we need a common denominator. So to make sure we're getting the correct common denominator, let's factor the 2x minus 10 and rewrite it as 2 times the quantity x minus 5. 3x minus 5 for the second denominator does not factor. So the LCD consists of all these different factors. 2 times x minus 5 times the quantity 3x minus 5. We want to turn both of these denominators into the common denominator by multiplying numerator and denominator of each fraction by the missing factors from the LCD. So the only factor missing from this denominator is the 3x minus 5. So that's what I've shown here. I've multiplied numerator and denominator by 3x minus 5. The factors missing from this denominator to make it look like the LCD are the 2 and the x minus 5. There they are. We're allowed to multiply by top and bottom by those expressions because we're really multiplying by the number 1, and 1 times any number gives you the same number you started with. Okay, so here is the new fraction written with the new numerators all over the common denominator. Here we have to use FOIL, which gives us the first 3 terms over here, this trinomial. Over here, we're subtracting the product of x plus 5 times x minus 5 multiplied by 2. X plus 5 times x minus 5 is x squared minus 25. And we're multiplying that by 2, but you can kind of think of this minus sign as going along with that 2. So minus 2 times the quantity x plus 5, x minus 5, combining all the similar terms gives you this result right here. Now, you should check to see whether this new numerator actually factors, whether it factors or not. Turns out it doesn't, but if it did, it's possible that one of the factors in the numerator would cancel out with one of the factors in the denominator. If you wanted to, you could multiply all 3 factors in the denominator together, but there's no particular reason to do so. Here's a way to double check your work. On Desmos, here's f of x, which is the original expression. And here's the one we ended up with. And if I put those values in a table and give different values to, in this case, x sub 1, you can see that I get the same thing all the way across. Now, you might want to ask the question, why are these values giving an answer of undefined? And the reason is because if you plug them in for x, you end up dividing by 0 in the denominator. But you cannot divide by 0, so those numbers do not evaluate, or the function does not evaluate at those values of x. There you go. Hope that helped. If you have any questions, post a comment.